Oops. Oh no. Hello. I'm just letting people filter in here. It takes a second, I think, for the YouTube notification to go out. Hello there. Hello, hello. I am excited for the stream. Yay. I am too. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for asking. I hope you are all doing well. And if you're not, I hope that this live stream can provide you with some good vibes. I am down to the wire on this pencil. I want to make the most of it, so I'm using this pencil extender. This one is by Derwent, but I think I'm sure there's lots of other brands that make pencil extenders, but they allow me to use up the pencil for as long as possible. Yay, I never catch a live stream. Yay, I'm so glad. Yeah, I think this might be the first time I'm doing a live stream on a Sunday, which I normally do my live streams on Saturdays or Fridays. So I'm glad to be able to switch it up and hopefully have some people come in, join that normally can't. Although I waited, now it's 12 o'clock at night. Oh no, sorry. It's we're almost 12 hours apart, I guess, because for me it's 1 p.m. like during the day. Learning how to crochet while watching your live. Ooh, fun. Very cool. I love seeing people's crochet stuff. I admire people who crochet, knit, sew, anything to do with fabrics and yarn and things. Very admirable. I was actually talking to my friend yesterday about how we envy people who are proficient in making their own clothes, because that would be very cool. How are you doing? I am doing really good. Hi, hope you're having a good weekend. I am actually. Thanks so much for checking in and asking, guys. That's so nice of you. Yeah, yesterday what did I do on Friday? I don't remember. But yesterday I had a very lovely day. My friend and I, Chris Hong, if I'm sure some of you are familiar with her, we had quite the full day. We got brunch at George Street Diner, which is kind of famous for, I guess, being like a filming location. It's like a very cute diner with delicious food. And yeah, we were seated at our booth, and the waitress was like, by the way, you're sitting in the Shawn Mendes booth. And we're like, oh, what does that mean? And yeah, so I guess he had filmed one of his music videos in that particular booth. So I sat where Shawn Mendes sat, which was pretty cool. I also had birthday Hihi on the 3rd. Oh, happy belated birthday. It's my birthday 5 days ago. Happy belated birthday, Libra and or Scorpio gang. Mine was October 30th. Wow, so many Libras. Hello, hello. Libras and Scorpios, right? Scorpio is like end of October and beginning of November, right? What else? So yeah, George Street Diner, they also said that, or they also reminded us of the fact that Daniel Radcliffe had filmed a movie there, which I believe we watched. It's called The F Word, I believe. And then they also had mentioned The Boys, which is cool. I haven't watched the new season of The Boys. I say new season, but I think it's been out for a while now. But yeah, I know The Boys films most of their show here in Toronto. So Very cool. And then we did tons of vintage and secondhand thrifting shopping. Very fun. Got some new goodies. And then we had dinner at, I forget what it was called, but it was like this Italian restaurant. It was very, very delicious. Who are the two children this month? So these are actually not children. I know that they definitely look like children. But so this is my October favorites spread. And so two of the things that were part of my favorites last month was my Halloween festivities. And I did two different costumes and two different kind of Halloween things this on the Halloween weekend. So these are actually kind of chibi, cutesy, cartoony versions of me. So for the one night, I went to a BTS dance party and I dressed up as a little jester slash clown in reference to BTS's J-Hope's solo album. It was like a jester slash clown concept. And then for Halloween Day, my friends and I dressed up as different Britney Spears eras, and I picked the Baby One More Time era. So that is what these little chibis are. And then right now I am sketching in, I did do some thrift shopping during October as well. So I'm actually drawing one of my thrift store finds, which was this very fun 80s ski jacket. I actually took a photo of it beforehand so that I could use it as reference. So this is the jacket. It's super 80s. It's by Polaris, which is like a ski brand, I guess. And it has this like checkered bit here and this like giant like purple and red swoop. And then it like trails off to the back as well. It's so fun. So yeah, that was one of my thrift store vintage finds, which I have been quite enjoying lately. So that is what I am working on here. And then I did a Halloween movie night at the end of October. I'm wondering if y'all will be able to guess who this is before I start like filling it in. But as a hint, it was like a Halloween themed movie night. And so this is one of the characters slash actors in the movie that we watched. I don't know if I really got his likeness necessarily, but it's all good. Love the jacket. I like the color combo. Thank you, right? Super fun. Have you seen Selena Gomez's documentary? I have not. I didn't even know she had a documentary out. Good for her. Tips for drawing chibi bodies. I'm actually probably not the best person to provide advice for that because I don't draw chibi bodies very often. And when I do, I don't think I'm very good at it, unfortunately. Like chibis in general is something that I've actually had trouble with over the years. And so, it's not something I do very often, but they are very cute indeed. LOL, I don't really watch movies, so I probably can't guess. That's okay. My BFF draws like you. I mean, her style is like yours. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm going to do the text over here, which is Polaris. I like that the Polaris, it has like a little star in the O. It's a fun little detail. I'm gonna run into the issue of not being able to fit the entire word on this sleeve, so let's try our best here. I just always draw the chibi head and never the body. I can never get the proportions right. It is hard. It is definitely difficult. I'm more of a serious person, to be honest. Yeah, I do find that lately I've been gravitating towards watching TV shows and or YouTube videos more than movies as well. But the movie night was kind of an exception in more recent time. But Yeah, the movie that we actually watched two movies, the Halloween movie night, and they were both 90s movies, which was fun. So I'm trying to block in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 letters, but the I is obviously like pretty small. Can I fit it? After you finish this page, are you planning to draw a new drawing? If so, what would you like to draw? Typically with these live streams, I find that I'm only able to do one page during that time because it takes me a while to finish the page, especially when I'm kind of back and forth with the chat. So this will be the only thing that I probably draw for the day. And then I will... Usually when I do live streams, right after I'll probably eat because that's usually what like stops me from continuing the live stream is like I just get hungry. So I'll probably end up eating after and then unwinding for the day because technically it is a weekend. So I think I deserve to take a little break for the rest of the evening. So that's kind of how the day is going to go, I think. He looks like a vampire, but I can't tell what movie. Maybe not even a vampire. It reminds me of something. You are actually correct. He is a vampire. So you are definitely getting close. Why are drawing hands so dang difficult? I agree. They are very difficult, I think, because all of the different digits, all the different fingers, and they have so many different joints. I wish I knew the secret to making it easier, but... Do you like Blackpink? I do. I'm actually seeing Blackpink tomorrow live, which I'm very excited about. Lestat. Ooh, oh my god, you're close. You're extremely close. Same movie as Lestat. Louis, yes! Oh my god, good job. It is. I guess technically the reference photo that I used for this portrait, it might have been Louis right before he gets turned into a vampire, or is he already a vampire at that point? I don't remember. But in any case, you are correct. It is Brad Pitt as Louis in Interview with a Vampire, which I watched for the very first time. And it was a fantastic movie. I really, really liked it. I've been wanting to watch it for a really long time, so I was happy to finally do so. And it did not disappoint. I really liked it. I was debating on whether or not to draw Louis or Claudia, Kristen Dunst's character, because I loved her, but I ended up going for Louis. I thought it was my brain obsessed with Interview with a Vampire. No, you got it. You totally got it. I know that there's now a TV show being made, right? Kind of curious about it. Interview with a Vampire, is that who the character is? The character is named Louis, and the movie is called Interview with a Vampire. It's also a book, or I mean, that's what it's based off of. I have never read the Anne Rice book, unfortunately, but that is what it is based off of. Okay, let's start coloring. I'm going to use my acrylic paint markers, which is the usual go-to for these live stream monthly spreads. Do I have a red? Yes, I do. Okay, here we go. Hello, so glad I managed to catch one of your live streams. Yay, I'm glad that you were able to come. When I heard of vampires, I thought it was from Vampire Diaries, though I never watched it. Twilight or the Vampire Diaries? Good question. So yeah, Twilight and the Vampire Diaries was both series that I was obsessed with in high school. you know what? Let me think. I guess maybe the Vampire Diaries, perhaps. I never read the Vampire Diaries books, but I did read the Twilight books. But I never finished the Twilight movies, actually. I never finished the Vampire Diaries TV show either. So I'm like I feel like I'm like same on them. But in any case, both were series that I was obsessed with in high school due to my vampire obsession, which apparently never fully went away because I really enjoyed Interview with the Vampire. How many seasons of TVD did you watch? Celestat drawing when? I don't know. I have no plans for like a full-blown Interview with a Vampire fan art. And I liked Louis slash Brad Pitt more than I did Tom Cruise slash Lestat. I mean, Lestat was very interesting as a character, but so I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. How many seasons of TVD did I watch? I don't remember. Yeah, I think I just sort of gradually fell off. I feel like I got pretty far in though. Like the originals were introduced. The Nina Dobrev. What's her character's name? My brain is like short circuiting. I can't remember anything. But she got with Damon. Like she was with Damon. Yeah. That series was wild. It went through a lot of phases. I did watch the finale. Did I watch the finale? I think I might have like sort of just like watched the finale when it came out just as a closure. I was one of those people who wanted Caroline to get to end up with was his name Klaus? The original vampire? Yes, it really became unhinged at some point. Helena? Helena? Is that right? Team Jacob or Team Edward? Caroline, a great Claroline. Yes, Claroline. Yeah, I wanted that ship to sail. I wanted that to happen. Elena, yes, that sounds right. Okay, Elena, not Helena. Elena, right. Elena, and then her counterpart she was the doppelganger of Catherine. Yes, it's all coming back to me. What was the question again? Team Jacob or Team Edward? When I was reading the books, like when I was in high school, I actually was Team Jacob. But then now I've come to realize that both of them are problems. So neither at this point. But it's so funny how Twilight has like come full circle. I feel like people love it again. And I'm not really sure if it is ironically or unironically, maybe a little both. But yeah, it's very interesting indeed. Team Bella should stay single and work on herself for a little while. Yes, 100%. Bella needed to figure out who she was as a person without a man. 100%. But nobody wants to read about that. Team Bella with Alice. Oh yeah, that was a pretty big ship. I think specifically after the movies came out, right? Because of the actress who played Alice, I remembered Rachel Green, is that her name? I remembered seeing people say that like she was like their gay awakening, which is amazing. Love that for them. And her. It was great. She was so cute. Team Bella needs therapy. True. True, true, true. Will you do a series where you draw movie scenes from Ghibli with the Himimiya jelly gouaches? I draw Sophie with them. Maybe. I haven't used my jelly gouache in quite a while, and at this point, I did Kiki, Howl, and Mononoke, I think, with my screenshot series. So I feel like I want to branch into something else since I've already done quite a few Ghibli films. And yeah, my jelly gouache are like completely dried out at this point, so they're not as appealing to work with. But I will, I'm kind of curious to use them again and see like how effective they are, even though they've been like completely dried out. So that would be an interesting video, I think. Okay, so my jacket that I'm working on here is black, but I want to use kind of a slightly lighter color to get some variation. So I'm gonna swatch these colors and see if I prefer, which one I prefer. If I want the blue or the purple. Do you watch What We Do in the Shadows, the TV series? I have been meaning to watch it. I've heard really good things. I have seen the movie, which I loved. I thought it was hilarious. So I have been definitely hearing good things about the TV show, but I haven't actually gotten to watch it yet. I'm really sorry, but I have to go to sleep. Good night. Thanks for joining. Have a good sleep. Hi, gorgeous. So happy to catch you on your live stream. I am also drawing while watching you. Aw, thank you. Yay, I'm glad. Will you do another emojis into people? Yes, I do want to do that again. I saved all of the, like, lots of the emoji options. It's just a matter of, like, trying to find time to do it. Hey, I love your live streams. Thank you. Have you watched any recent K-dramas? I have not. I actually don't currently watch K-dramas. I've obviously heard great things about them, but yeah, I actually have not gone down that rabbit hole just yet. What if you did more K-pop video screenshots? I really enjoyed the BTS video redraw one. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know what? That would actually be pretty fun because I have been really enjoying a couple of different K-pop groups these days. So that is a high possibility. Probably 17, because that's like my current obsession. And that actually would be a great way for me to do some 17 fan art, because there's 13 members, and I'm like, I don't know if I can commit to drawing 13 members, but maybe a screenshot from one of the music videos would work. I mean, I guess I technically did draw a K-pop or a 17 screenshot, actually, for one of my previous favorite spread. What one was it? Let's see. Oh, here. Yeah, it was for my June favorites. This was Mingyu from the one of the earlier opening scenes in the Hot music video. Have you watched The Dragon Prince? It's made by the same people who made and voiced in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the new season just dropped. Yes, I have seen, I think I saw the first season ish of the Dragon Prince. Sokka is actually my favorite character from Avatar, so I was like, oh my god, when I saw that it was the same voice actor for the lead character. But unfortunately, I didn't stick with the series. I've heard great things. I know people really love it, but I don't know. Unfortunately, it didn't retain my attention. The movie is great too. It's so good. As a queer man, it has some amazing LGBT representation too. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I recommend Hotel de Luna. It's so good. I think I do remember someone recommending that K-drama to me last time, or previously. So, and it does have a very good title. It's very, sounds like it's up my alley. Hello, hello. Welcome, friends. Welcome, welcome. First 3 seasons of What We Do in the Shadows are on Disney Plus if you have it, by the way. Oh, perfect. Okay, good. I do have access to Disney Plus. I have my friend's password. So thank you to her. There's so much media out there. It's hard to keep up. What are the flower vase? Are these new gifts? Oh yes. The flower vase is to kind of represent my birthday. So I had my birthday October 3rd, and I had a bunch of different birthday celebrations, and it was very fun. And my friend Chris so kindly gifted me a bouquet of roses for my birthday, which was very sweet. And yeah, I actually uh, dried them. So I like hung them upside down after they started to kind of wilt a little bit. I hung them upside down to let them dry out. And then now they're sitting in the vase all like dried out and like spooky looking. They are like a dark, deep, kind of like burgundy purple. I actually have a photo. Hold on here. So that's what they look like now. They're all dried, and they were perfect for just the Halloween vibes. So yeah, I really, really like how they look now. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Happy belated. Thank you. Thank you. Have you seen Pipa's new YouTube video? Probably. I usually catch Pipa's videos pretty soon after they drop, but if it's possible that I'm not sure which was the latest video, but I do keep up with her videos pretty frequently. I just joined. Those aren't Poscas. What are they? They are Molotov. I have the link in the description. Do you like New Jeans? I really enjoyed the album. I really, really do like New Jeans. I'm like not familiar with like each individual member or anything like that, but I do really like their songs. They are very, very catchy. It's like that old viral video of the girl crying because she can't pet all the cats in the world. So much good media out there, and I just want to listen to, read, watch it all. Yes, exactly. Currently arting too by making marker color swatches. Ooh, fun. I love that. Oh, bless you. Thanks, friends. I love doing marker swatches. It's so fun and satisfying. And I don't know, there's just something so exciting about knowing and thinking of all the possibilities of what you're going to do with them as you're swatching the colors. Yes, I am a Libra gang. Hello. It's actually been very mild this past like week or so, or a few days here in Toronto. Like this is the warmest November I can recall. So I am actually going to switch into shorts because I am sweating under these studio lights. So I'll be right back in like just a few seconds. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Hello. All right. Oh, dang, a fellow Torontonian. Yes, yes. Sorry I came late. What are we drawing today? No worries. We are drawing my October favorites. What is the jacket from? The jacket is one of my vintage finds. I've been doing a lot of vintage shopping lately, and the jacket is this like really fun 80s ski jacket that I found. I showed a picture of it. Hold on, let me pull it up again. For anyone who lives in Toronto, I got it from a shop called Fever's Vintage, I believe. This is the jacket here. Super 80s, very fun. These are my Mang slippers. But yeah, it's weirdly enough, even though we're already in November, it's actually been not super cold yet, so I haven't gotten the opportunity to wear it because I think it's a little bit too warm for this current temp, but I hopefully will be able to wear it soon. Hello, I was about to ask for local vintage store recommendations. Yeah, Fever's Vintage was great. There's like a lot of vintage shops sort of in that neighborhood. I think in Roncesvalles. I am trying Procreate. I am more of a traditional artist, but is there something that helps you to learn how to use it? To use it more for sketching, retouching? Yeah, I'm definitely primarily a traditional artist myself, but with Procreate, I do use it quite often for sketching and planning my illustrations. So unfortunately, I use it in a very limited way. Help to if you are familiar with Pipa here on YouTube, Pipa's art, she has a number of videos using Procreate, so maybe her videos can help you out a little bit more than I can, since she actually uses Procreate pretty often for actual illustration, and she does a lot of portraiture and characters and stuff. And yeah, so I think her videos will probably be pretty helpful because, yeah, I don't really do a lot of rendering or anything like that with Procreate or digitally, really. I mostly just do sketching and color planning, essentially. Oh my God, yes, I made it. Hello, welcome, welcome. Ronci has so many nice ones. Yes, there was one called shoot, what was it called? That's the thing too, is like unfortunately we didn't catch the names of a lot of these places that we popped into because we're just sort of like walking in and out and like just popping in and out of these stores. But what was it called? Like black sheep? No, that doesn't sound right. Black unicorn? Black horse? I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, we did like a Roncesvalles kind of crawl. And then yesterday we did a bunch of kind of thrifting in the East End. I was saying earlier, we popped into, we had brunch at George Street Diner, which is delicious. And then we just sort of like made our way east and popped into a bunch of vintage shops along that stretch. Oh, I watched a few weeks ago a cool aesthetic cafe vlog from a YouTube channel that is located in Toronto, I think. Maybe you can try it. Black mammal of some sort. Yeah, I think so. That's super cute. My friend Chris, she seems to be the topic of today's live stream. She has also been doing, or she just started doing Toronto cafe vlogs, which is super cute. I think that I would be potentially too self-conscious to film myself in public by myself, I think. But we have entertained the idea of maybe of me like popping in or like going with her to one of her cafe hops. So maybe I'll make a guest appearance, but no promises. So yeah, we'll see. I do envy and always talk about how I wish I was one of those artists that would be able to draw on the fly in public and stuff, because it seems very, what's the word? Like almost romantic in a way. But I think I thrive best when I'm just in my studio. Black Diamond Vintage. Yes, that is the one. I was incorrect in it being an animal, but I think that sounds like the one. Black Diamond Vintage has like such a cool vibe and interior. I agree. I have a terrible habit of drawing too small on paper, so sketching on Procreate helps with enlarging, so I ink and color traditionally. Yes, I agree. I have that problem as well. Oh no, I just realized I filled this part in when it was supposed to be checkered. Whoops. Alas. Okay, that's fine. I am drawing a vintage 80s ski jacket that I thrifted recently from a vintage shop. And this page is something that I've been doing all year is I've been drawing my monthly favorites, and it kind of spans from like favorite movies, favorite music, events, and or things that I did in the month. So this jacket is representing like one of my favorite things of the month was getting to go thrift shopping with my friend. I can't draw in public. I know maybe nobody's watching, but I get the fear. Yes. Yeah, it just like kind of makes me feel a little bit self-conscious. Have you watched the new season, the new Bleach season? It's so good. Oh my gosh. I think I've seen the first 3 episodes. There might be like a few more out, but oh my god, I'm obsessed. Oh, I'm so hyped for it. And they really said 0 to 100. Like every single episode, I'm just like so shocked at the things that have been going down. It's really intense, but so captivating and exciting. I never finished reading the manga. I had like started that arc, I think. The Quincy like blood 1,000-year blood war arc. But I never finished it. So like, and when I did read it, it was ages ago. So I'm like really excited, but also like nervous about what's gonna happen because I have no idea. It's all brand new at this point. I love drawing in public, but hate the typical "Are you drawing?" question. Yes, that is one of the things that I am, I think, partly nervous about with drawing in public is having people talk to me, um, or like creeping, like looking over my shoulder or whatever, which is just inevitable when you're out in the public and doing something intriguing. Do you think you can draw drawing a person? I am going to be drawing a person. I've got Louis from Interview with a Vampire right over here. Sometimes it's okay to start great conversations. Yes, that is very true. I feel like I need to not be so... I think maybe being a person who has lived in a very large, busy city for so long is I'm unfortunately kind of jaded and skeptical of random strangers talking to me because even though I've had probably more wholesome and totally harmless interactions with strangers out and about, I have had unfortunately like a handful of very, very unfortunate interactions with strangers in the big city. So I'm very skeptical and a little bit hesitant when people approach me now, which is very unfortunate because it just, most of the time, I'm sure people are totally harmless and mean well. Okay, I'm going to look up Louis here from Interview with a Vampire. Louis interview. Oh, actually, I think I'm gonna type in Brad Pitt because I feel like the new TV show adaptation might pop up, which is not what I want. Let's see, what photo did I use? I like had the photo up on my computer, but now I am. So yeah, I watched Interview with a Vampire for the first time last month, and I loved it. Was it this? No. Oh, here. This is the photo. Of course, it's got like a watermark on it, but this was the photo I was using as a reference. Okay. Oh man, I feel bad about bugging drawing people. I just get so excited. Aw, it's okay. I think everyone has like a different I'm sure everyone has a different perspective on it. And for me, like I'm just assuming that's kind of be something that I would be worried about, but I have yet to actually draw in public very often, so I actually don't know. It's very possible that maybe if I do go out and draw in public and interact with people, it would be a great time. So I could be totally wrong. Are you interested in reading the book of Interview with a Vampire? I kind of am. It definitely intrigued me for sure. And as I was discussing earlier, I definitely have had a long affinity with vampires. So I'm definitely a little curious. But unfortunately, I am definitely the type of person who has a hard time committing to reading these days. So we'll see. I could, in theory, maybe I could download the audiobook. I think that might be a more likely thing maybe for me to actually consume it. Maybe. I'm digging the TV show. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. I'm kind of curious about that as well. I'm Lane. So glad I still made it in time for the rest, though. Yay! Welcome. Yeah, we're 40 minutes in, so you're not too late. Understandable. I think a lot of folks outside Canada aren't aware of how massive TO is. It's like number 4 most populous in North America. Number 1 is Mexico City. Number 2 is NYC. Number 3 is LA. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, it is a very busy city for sure. And I live downtown, so it is the busiest it's ever gonna be. Bound to be some weirdos among any strangers approaching you in public. Even as a gay guy, I'm wary. Yeah, it's so unfortunate because I've genuinely had some really nice and wholesome interactions with strangers. And a lot of the times I actually do have my guard down because I'm just not expecting to interact with people when I'm out and about, even though I have been living in the city for so long. But yeah, unfortunately, there has been some not so great instances that I have encountered in my time here. But yeah, if we're, keeping it positive here, I did, this was maybe a month or no, 2 months ago. I was on the subway and this person approached me and they were so sweet. They was like, "Hey, I'm sorry to bug you, but you look so familiar to me." And they were like, "Do you happen to be I'm a Wonder?" And I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, I am." And yeah, they were so sweet. They were telling me how they really like my Instagram and my YouTube channel, and they were saying that they were um going to be doing like an October drawing challenge that they were inspired by like my prompt list and stuff. It was very, very sweet. So like, you know, things like that. I was like, this is adorable, and I love this moment for us. But unfortunately, their interactions are not always like that. I've seen artists that make like an event of drawing together in public. It's called Drink and Draw. And yes, I have definitely seen people do that before. And it's funny because I actually used to do that with my friend back when I was in college. He would organize like drink and draws at like local pubs, and everyone would like, bring a friend kind of thing. And it was like really, really fun. I have yet to really do that here in Toronto, and I haven't done that in a really long time. But yeah, I've definitely seen people do that, and I love that idea for sure. Oh, that's so wholesome, right? Oh, it was very cute. Ah, the 90s Interview with the Vampire, a classic. Louis and Lestat are both so dramatic. I live for it. Oh, Louis, always whining Louis. Yes, they were just ultimate drama queens, and I lived. That's I love watching these characters be the absolute most extra. I also was not expecting on what's his name? Anthony no. What? But why am I Antonio Banderas. There we go. Why was that so hard for me? Yeah, so that was really fun. Kirsten Dunst was like amazing. I was so impressed with her. Extra characters sometimes really do bring a show together. Antonio Banderas, yes, thank you. Are you planning on going to Toronto Comic Con? Good question. I haven't really thought about it yet. In the past, I used to do it like every year. I have applied or reapplied to do Fan Expo Toronto, so I'm definitely going to be there. Comic-Con, I'll have to double check to see if the applications, when those open up or whatever. But that is a good question. I should look into that. Because I think I'd be down to do it. I have to go, unfortunately. Have a nice stream. I'm Wonder, and you guys, thanks for joining. I think applications are already open. Oh, okay. Good to know. I will look into that after the live stream. You have gotten me in the mood to watch Interview with the Vampire tonight. Yes, I love it. I know everyone's like transitioning into Christmas mode or like holiday mode. But I'm still not letting go of spooky time. Okay, let's start actually coloring our boy here. So pretty, so handsome. The reason why I picked this this reference photo is because there's like a clear light source, which I find is much easier to approach, especially with paint markers, because the style that I use with paint markers is much more kind of graphic. Halloween all year round. Yes, the Halloween vibe don't stop till we drop. Feel like I'm in spooky mode 11 months out of the year. Yes, my people, thank you. I'm very glad to hear this. Girl, you are so inspiring. Aw, thank you. Made it. Loving the colors of the jacket. Thank you, thank you. Yes, it was, I am very excited to wear my 80s tastic jacket at some point when the weather gets a little cooler. Not that I'm in a hurry for the weather to get cooler, but I am ready when it does. Yeah, when a reference photo has like a clear light source, it's so much easier for me to draw. Yes, I agree. I'm thinking of applying to an artist alley for the first time next year, either Comic-Con or Fan Expo, depending on how soon I get my stuff together. Oh, do you have any advice? Oh, I would probably recommend Comic-Con. I say unfortunately just because it's so much sooner, but it is much I think much more approachable because it's not quite as expensive and it's not quite as big as Fan Expo, if I'm remembering correctly. Like they take place in the same venue, but I do believe Fan Expo is just like much larger in scale with like the amount of people that come and in turn, like the price point of the table. So I think I would probably recommend Comic-Con, the one that takes place like in the springtime or March or whatever, if possible, if it is able to work for you, like scheduling wise. But otherwise, like Fan Expo, because it's so busy and so popular, like it is good profit wise, just because there is a lot of foot traffic. But like you said, like this is going to be your first one, so it is it can be overwhelming for sure, for the amount of people and the prep and stuff. But I wish you luck. That's so exciting. Who is the character? This is Louis from Interview with a Vampire. This is the Brad Pitt 1994 movie version. I know that there is now a TV show out, so I wanted to make that distinction. Okay, so I think that is what I want. And then I'm going to use this coral for the shadow parts, I believe. Yay, I was able to catch a stream for once. Yay, I'm glad. Yeah, I think switching it over to Sunday helps, get some other people to be able to join that normally can't, because I know that, or I feel like, a lot of, in my opinion, Sunday is kind of the day where a lot of people are just having a more chill, relaxing day at home. At least that's usually how I see it. So doing a live stream on a Sunday, I think makes sense, but I still enjoy doing them on Fridays and Saturdays too. Just depends on my schedule and my mood, I suppose. Love your nail color. Thank you. It's I think it's Essie. It felt fall appropriate for sure. I had my first artist alley last month. Been a big learning experience. Ooh, that's awesome. Good job. Yay, I caught another stream. Yay, hello. Yeah, Sundays are the day when my dad isn't in work mode. Fair. Do you have any book suggestions for color theory and also for figure drawing? I don't know, unfortunately. I'm not familiar with any books on either of those topics. I'm trying to think what I could recommend you. Yeah, unfortunately, nothing is coming to mind. I don't have any books on either of those subjects, so I do apologize. If anyone in the chat has some recommendations on books for color theory or figure drawing, feel free to drop them in the chat. Loving the spread already. Thank you, thank you. It is definitely going to be quite the mishmash because we've got like brooding vampire and then these like cute chibi portraits of myself. But it's all good. I think my dried roses over here will help bring in a slight spooky mode for the whole thing. I recently got back to art after years. Any tips of someone who wants to get back into the rhythm? Honestly, I do find like watching YouTube videos to be pretty inspiring. But also just remember to have fun with it and not put too much pressure on yourself, because I think ultimately you want to encourage yourself to keep at it, as opposed to getting discouraged by having really high expectations of yourself. So, be patient and have fun with it. And like, don't be ashamed to like stick to your comfort zone if that's what you're in the mood for. Because I think a lot of like, I feel like so many people are kind of in this mode of needing to constantly like improve and challenge themselves and all those things, which is great, obviously. But if it's like going to be at the expense of you having fun with it, then it's good to just embrace your comfort zones. Because I think that making art should be joyful. Maybe the dried roses will match. Yes, I think so. Have you tried making art on black paper before? I know they have black watercolor paper. I have seen that there's black watercolor paper, which is intriguing, but also kind of tricky because I prefer to use watercolors in like a more transparent way, and a lot of my watercolors are transparent. But I feel like gouache on black watercolor paper would be maybe the easier route. I've seen Bao Ti Pham do it back in the day, and it looks so cool and so satisfying. Have I done it myself? I don't remember. I might have, but not recently. Like if I did, it would have been like probably in art school a really long time ago, I believe. But yeah, that could definitely be a really interesting exercise for sure. Trying to decide what to do for his like 5 o'clock shadow here. I think I'll just keep it like this because vampires are typically not rocking facial hair. So let's just do that. Dang, this is like therapy. Aw. Comfort zones are underrated. Yes, I agree. I can see the dried roses. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, oftentimes I try to, like, if I like have the foresight to match my nail color to an upcoming YouTube video. And this month for Patreon, my theme is like ruby and red. So that's actually why I chose this like dark burgundy color, because it's the only remotely red nail polish color that I own. And the reason why I picked the ruby color is because on my Patreon page, all of my tiers are like gemstones. And I'm actually opening up a new tier called Ruby, and it's a podcast tier. I actually recorded my very first podcast for the Patreon page earlier in the week, and I'm going to be posting it soon. So this is the design that I did for the sticker for this month, and the crown has like a slight metallic finish to it. This is the original illustration slash painting. And then I ordered the sticker to have the crown to be like a metallic finish. So that'll be pretty cool. And this was from last October. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. The podcast is, I think, makes for great company, pretty similar to my live streams, I guess, but it's just me just chatting. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I just noticed the new channel icon in the corner. Super cute. Is it Momo? Yeah, basically. It's like Momo without bangs because I don't remember why, but yes. Thank you, thank you. I want to add gel pens to my Xmas list. What will work on black paper? So I'm looking to see what brand is best. Also, the art I tend to do most is fashion illustrations. Very cool. Yeah, gel pens are definitely a good choice for black paper. How do you get your Posca pens down so smoothly? I always struggle so much. Absolutely gorgeous art, by the way. Thank you so much. I think the trick that probably helps the most is I actually cover or like prep the paper with white gesso first. So I paint the page with gesso, and then after it dries, I sand it down. And then that makes for like a super smooth surface that doesn't pill or kind of like the fibers of the paper don't like come up or anything like that. So that is my hot tip. Okay, we're gonna do his hair now, which is like a dark brown. Let's do these colors, I think. Every time you say Ruby, the theme for Max and Ruby plays in my mind. Oh, cute. Whenever I say Ruby, I think of the solo song Ruby by Woozy from 17. That's my brain that's like the only thing that comes to my brain right now. Jelly Roll gel pens have a moon set that shows up well on black paper. Ooh, very cool. Oh, this is very red or very like warm, but it's okay. That's the thing with the using paint markers is the color selection is like more limited, but that's what makes it a fun challenge and makes for like a really colorful spread. Your nails are beautiful. They're the color of my blood. I have very low hemoglobin. Oh, wow. I haven't used gel pens much in a really long time. The only gel pen that I actually have is the Uniball in white. I don't even know where it is right now. I'm like trying to look for it, but I have no idea where it is. But I do like that one that was the one that I used for like white highlights and stuff before I started using Posca pens. Uniball is on my list. I heard great things about them. Yeah, it was definitely my personal favorite from what I remember. But actually, yeah, if you're looking for other alternatives or other like options too, paint markers, which is the medium I'm using right now, is also a great option because they're quite opaque. But I guess it depends on what you're looking for because they are paint, and so they're a little bit different. They like apply quite wet and don't come in quite as fine tips as a gel pen would, but it could be good for filling in like larger areas. Oh yes, everybody remember to drink some water / a beverage. Good to stay hydrated. I'm nervous about the paint markers. I would rather watch you make beautiful art with them. That's fair. They are pricey, so that is a downside. And because they are wet, they do take a moment to dry, and sometimes I do smudge it. But I find them so satisfying to use. Now, do I fill in his eyebrows with the paint marker or use a fine liner? I guess I will just live on the edge here and use the marker. Will you be trying out Ohuhu's new blossoming pastel set that released recently? You know, someone from Ohuhu contacted me recently asking if I wanted to try them out. I got really confused because literally for years I had been in contact with one person from Ohuhu, and like we were like that person was always the one I was communicating with for collabs, and then all of a sudden like this totally other person contacted me, and I was like, what is happening? Who are you? So I don't know why I like didn't reply back, because it's the same company, so I'm sure it's fine, but I just got very perplexed. But yeah, I will see if I end up following through and emailing them back. I do love pastels, and I do love Ohuhu, so yeah, perhaps I should email them back about that. Maybe I'll just like email the person that I'm normally in contact with and be like, hey, want to work together again? Just because I've already worked with them, it's easier to, like, they already know like what my rate is and all that stuff and my address and whatnot. So anyway, we'll see. I'm finally able to work on art while watching your live stream. It's nice to paint with someone else for once. Oh, yay. I'm glad that I can be your drawing buddy. I also agree that it is fun to draw with somebody else. Not that I do that very often in like real life, but I find that doing these live streams does feel like I'm just hanging out with you guys while working on art, which is why I like doing them. So yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Is that Lestat from 1994 film? It is actually Louis. I am drawing from this this screenshot here. But you are correct that it is from the 1994 film. It's hard to get like the exact likeness with paint markers, but it's all right. I've only seen the 2022 series. Ah, okay. I have not seen it. Can we get a history of your past art styles and how you landed on your current art style? I actually do have a video on that. It is titled My 15-Year Art Journey, I believe is what the video is titled. I made it like a year or two ago. But yeah, I basically dig out all of my art, or not all, I dig out a bunch of my art from 2004. No, I know some of you are going to be like, that was the year I was born, or I wasn't even alive yet. um, but yeah, 15-year art journey is a video that I did that like chronicles the artwork that I made in high school, college, post-college, and then like in more recent years. And then I also have a video called what is it called? There's a video that I did where I go through my old sketchbooks and my old artwork from like my preteen and high school years. So that also has a bunch of work that I made in the past. It is cringy and hilarious and honestly kind of endearing. Don't worry, some of us are born pre-2000s. Thank you. Thank you. That makes me feel better. Did you dress up for Halloween? Yes, that's actually what these two little kind of cutesy portraits are at the bottom. They're supposed to be of me, but I mean, I obviously don't look like this. But yeah, I dressed up as Baby One More Time Britney Spears for one event. And then I also did like a little clown for a BTS dance party that I went to. Very fun. I enjoyed both immensely. I would show you pictures, but unfortunately they're on my phone and I'm using my phone to do this live stream. So, but if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I posted a bunch of photos. I'm gonna actually, I realized I think I made his sideburn a little bit thick, just a little. So we're gonna thin that out a little bit because we can. The beauty of paint markers. And let's do, I need a grayish color of some sort. Here. Oh, I should have zoomed you guys in. Sorry, there we go. That's better. Damn, Brad Pitt play Louis in 1994 and Sam Reed plays Lestat in 2022 series are so similar. Oh, interesting. Oh. I have not seen the new one, but a little curious about it. Someone was saying that they liked it, so. Okay, next is the eyes. They're blue, green? Can anyone let me know what color Brad Pitt's eyes are? I don't remember. The blonde guy in the reference looks like the Dr. Vampire from Twilight. Oh, he does kind of look like Carlisle, right? This is Tom Cruise. Isn't that crazy? It almost doesn't look like him. When I was watching the movie, I was like, what? He actually looks really good as a blonde. I was like pretty perplexed. But there's like some unhinged energy that he performs as this character, which like definitely worked. And that's when I was like, ah, yes, there's Tom Cruise. I see it now. But I really liked him in the movie, actually. That's Tom Cruise? I know, right? I think blue. Okay, thank you, thank you. We will go with blue. Versatile. I think the big thing is like, I mean, obviously the blonde hair, but they even did his eyebrows. I think that really like sets it apart, or like makes it really transforms him. I don't know about the 1984, but the 2022 series has so many heartbreaking bits, probably because they have more time to flesh out the characters. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there was definitely some parts that made me a little sad in the movie, but I think you're right. Like with a movie, you don't have the same amount of time to like really get invested and attached to characters in the same way as you do with a movie. I mean, with a TV show, I mean. So, I can definitely see that. How do I want to approach this part? I always try to use this color and then end up hating it. But in this case, I think it actually might make sense. He's got this like shiny shirt. It's like kind of a gold coppery color. So that is what I am trying to replicate here. The markers I'm using is in the description. They are both Posca and Molotow. They are paint markers. Yeah, Louis in the film has pale blue eyes. Yes, thank you. Yeah, the contacts were crazy. Oh my gosh. How could I forget? Is the jacket a new thing you bought? It looks really cool. Yes, it is a vintage 80s ski jacket that I thrifted at a place called Fever's Vintage here in Toronto. It was part of like a little vintage secondhand store crawl that I did with my friend, and yeah, I got a number of different things. I actually filmed like a little thrift store haul for my vlog, so look out for the vlog. It'll feature this jacket. The vlog will be coming out like mid-November. I have been slowly filming bits and bobs, and I'll probably start editing it soon, actually, because vlogs take a really long time to edit. Hi, I have watched your Misa Misa redraw video and I liked it. How did you enjoy Death Note? Thank you so much. I I should say love, because I do still like it. Love Death Note. I read the manga back in high school and then watched the anime. I've rewatched the anime a couple of times actually because I love it. And yeah, it's a series that I really, really enjoy. I often recommend it to people who are new to anime because I think it's a good, like one of the good entry animes, because a lot of it is still rooted in reality, but it still has a lot of interesting and intriguing characters and universe kind of elements to it. So yeah, I remembered being, I mean, this is a huge spoiler, but also the series has been out for like an extremely long time. So, you know, but yeah, I remembered the first time when I was reading the manga, I was completely shocked and blown away that they had killed L, because I had just never experienced a series at the time where they killed off like a lead main character. I was so used to like typical shonen series where, you know, whenever somebody died, they would come back somehow, like with Bleach or with Naruto. I mean, both of those series have had actually permanently killed characters off, but so frequently they would just come back some way. So I remembered being like shooketh that they actually killed L, and he was like my favorite, so I was sad. Oh, we loved a thrift haul in this house. Yay, I'm glad. I did more thrift shopping yesterday, so I might have to film a second round of a thrift haul. um, yeah, it's been really fun, and it's great. It's such an exciting feeling to get like such a awesome deal on this like, thing that would normally be way more like higher priced, or also just finding like vintage stuff and just the serendipitous kind of vibe of it all, because you really don't know what you're gonna find. Like I got a white turtleneck for $5 at Value Village. Amazing. It's in like perfect condition. Yeah, the episode when Elle died was sad. Yes, I'll never get over Elle's death. I know, right? How dare they? But it like really raises the stakes, right? Like it's like such a intense turning point in the series. I can appreciate when a death happens that feels really impactful and like has a purpose in the story, as opposed to like purely shock factor. I want to say I finally got a hold of a Posca pen set, partially because of your videos, and I'm obsessed. Yay, I'm so glad. Death Note was so shocking when I watched it. I hadn't watched a lot of anime. It was really good. Yay, I'm glad. Death Note is how I got my niece into anime. My sister hates me now, but it's worth it. Worth it. Bring them in. I love it. One of us. One of us. I'm gonna sound like a fan right now, but have you seen The Sandman? I have. I've only seen half of the season, though, I admit. I'm now working when my thrift store is open, so thrift hauls are the way I satisfy my itch now. Yes, live vicariously through other people. I get that. I was so sad when Elle died. My little teenager heart was broken. For real. Ugh. Yes, I agree. I thrift all my clothes, and it's so fun to see all the great stuff you can find. Yes. Yes. It's so satisfying to get like a good find. So yeah, The Sandman I watched. I've seen like half of the series, I think, so far. I'm like halfway through the diner episode, and I was like, oh, this is too much. So I had to take a long break from the series. I won't spoil anything, but for those of you who have seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. The diner scene is like bananas. So I have to get past that, and then I will continue on. What TV shows have I been enjoying recently? I watched, or I talked about Bleach a little bit earlier. Bleach is an anime that I was obsessed with in high school, and it is like so mind-boggling that it's back, and I love it, and I'm living. I've also been watching Chainsaw Man, which is another anime which has a lot of hype around it, and it's living up to the hype. I never read the manga, but I'm digging the anime. I have also been enjoying a lot of Going 17, which is like a variety show by the K-pop group 17. It just makes me so happy. Gives me the serotonin that I need in my life. And like there's no stakes. It's like not stressful, and it's just wholesome and fun. I've been watching Chainsaw Man too. It's so good, right? I'm just sitting here looking at how messy my desk is and thinking, I literally just cleaned this yesterday. How is it so trashed? That is literally my entire apartment. I'm very disorganized, or like I'm like a very cluttered person, I should say. So I feel you on that. I have a tendency to like grab things and then just like stick them on the desk and then not put it where it needs to be until like a week later. I feel you. Okay. What color should we make his background? That is a question. I mean, maybe I can wait to see what the rest of the color palette is going to look like and go by that, but maybe as the eyes dry yet. Waiting for the irises to dry so that I can line the eyes. But I guess for now I can work on the shirt here. Is this the color I want? Oh yes, I have two that are like super similar, beige and ivory. Let's swatch these. Have you been watching House of Dragon? Oh, I haven't. Okay, so I've never watched Game of Thrones, so unfortunately, I have not watched House of Dragon. But I did try to watch the Lord of the Rings TV show, the Ring of Power. Is that what it's called? And I really wanted to like it because I really loved the original like Lord of the Rings trilogy. But oh man, it's so boring. It just could not keep my attention. I like watched maybe 5 or so episodes. I don't know. The color of the flowers, maybe. I wonder if it'll be too dark though, because of the flower. Oh, for context, the flowers are probably going to be like a burgundy, so I wonder if that might be too dark. But maybe a red of some sort though. That could work, and then it would tie into the vampire vibes. So that's true. No, I get that. LOL. Those kinds of shows can be so slow. I have heard from people that they like from people who are watching both House of Dragon and the Lord of the Rings show. I've heard a lot of people prefer the House of Dragon, so maybe I don't know. For those of you who are watching it, do I need to have seen Game of Thrones to understand House of Dragon? Or do you think that it's like it stands alone enough? Ring of Power was indeed boring, and I love anything Middle Earth. Yes, that is very unfortunate. My brother is into Chainsaw Man now, so even though I don't watch it, I kind of know the whole thing through him because he keeps spoiling it. Aw. I mean, I can appreciate when people are excited about stuff, though. Because it's a prequel, yes. That's true. That makes sense. My art desk also has a corner for my sewing machine, so I try to do my best. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, sewing machine probably takes up a lot of space. You can watch House of Dragon before Game of Thrones. Yeah, true. That's true. Because it's a prequel, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I knew Rings of Power wasn't going to be that good when I heard Amazon was making it. And you know they have such a ridiculously great large budget too. It should be great. That's surprising because I really like The Boys, which is an Amazon show, right? I guess obviously those are two very different types of shows, but what else? I really loved, again, this is also like very different, but I also really loved, shoot, what's it called? The Legend of Vox Machina, the animated Critical Role TV show. I really loved that series, which is also an Amazon Prime show. So, anyway, but I understand those are very different from like a live action fantasy series. Invincible was great. Oh, right. I've been meaning to watch that. A lot of people have been telling me to watch that one. From what I've read is that Amazon tried getting the rights to the original source of Lord of the Rings, but failed, so they instead made a series inspired by it. Oh, I see. Okay, that does put a damper on it. I see. Okay. I have a love-hate relationship with The Boys. Oh, okay. I haven't seen the newest season yet, but I know people really liked it. It is extremely violent, which is kind of intense, but... I'm still heartbroken over the OA. That was the Netflix show, right? I wanted to like it, but I didn't. I'm very sorry. I watched the whole thing too, like during Christmas, and I didn't like it. I did not. I'm very sorry. Amazon has made good stuff, but the Rings of Power isn't going to have the heart that Peter Jackson put into the movies. Yes. I think I would agree. I feel like my problem, oh my gosh, hold on. No, okay. I've had this problem with birds trying to nest on my balcony, so I'm trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Yes, I think the big thing for me is I favor character-driven stories, and I want to feel invested in the characters that I'm watching. And if I don't find the characters likable, then I'm not really going to enjoy the series that much. So I think that is my problem with the Rings of Power, is that I don't feel attached to any of the characters. I could not get into The Boys past the first season. The plot was all over the place and no structure or character development. Not for me. That is totally fair. I think The Boys, the appeal with that one is its commentary on like real society, but through the lens of superheroes. So I think it's just like an interesting concept, especially in our current like landscape of having so many superhero movies and TV shows, and so which are obviously like constantly presenting superheroes as like, or no, I guess not constantly, but you know, the stereotype of superheroes is being kind of flipped with The Boys. So I think that is what is drawing me into that show. But I do think that there is a lot of kind of shock value that happens with that show. I would love to see the characters of House of Dragon in your style if you get into the show. That would be dope. We will see if I ever get around to watching it. There's so much content out there. Hello, one of your subs here. Awesome art, by the way. This is my first time replying on YouTube, Social Anxiety. I see you guys talking about the Anne Rice series, and I thought to share a little info. Aw, well, thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. Oh, have you seen they're gonna do a Community movie? Oh my god. Yes, I did. I loved Community, but I only watched maybe the first 4 seasons, I think. Basically like right up until like before Donald Glover left, because it didn't feel the same without like the core cast. And so I wonder if he would come back, or like it seems pretty unlikely just because I think he really wanted to move away and move past and move on from Community. So yeah, I loved that series, but I'm not sure how I feel about it without Donald Glover. But yeah, the first 3 seasons or so of Community is like chef's kiss. I loved that series. I'm realizing I made his eyebrows slightly too raised. I feel like his eyebrows are like really set very close to his eyes. I wonder if I might be able to fix it a little bit. I feel like the sketch kind of looked like Brad Pitt, but this unfortunately like does not look like him at all. You know what? Unfortunately, he's starting to look like the Beast, like is his name Adam? Like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast? I feel like that's what he looks like now. Alas. Maybe I need to like, yeah, maybe I'll do the red background like someone had suggested to signify that he's a vampire. Oh my god, he does. I know. I made a mistake. The creator said Donald Glover is down. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. That does make me hype for it. He hasn't been officially announced, but there's a really good chance. Oh my god. That would be amazing. That would really bring it like full circle, like 6 seasons in a movie. That would be magical. Oof, you stopped at the gas leak year. The only 2 things I watched and love from Amazon are The Boys and Good Omens. Totally 2 different vibes. I had never thought that Amazon has really had a notoriety. I heard really good things about Good Omens. I know a lot of people like that one. I can't really see you drawing Targaryen. Speaking of The Boys, that's probably one of my pet peeves for Thor, Love and Thunder, because you can tell they were poking fun at the dark superhero subgenre to a high school level. Right. You could write vampire and an arrow pointing to him. Just no, like a name tag. Just like a little name tag. That would be really funny. Sorry, but unfortunately I have to go. Bye, and hope you have a good day. I might be back later. Thanks for joining. Have a good day too. LOL, I see it, but still looks good. Now we just need Yvette and the whole cast would be complete. Oh yeah, Yvette Nicole Brown left too, right? Yeah, we need her too, for sure. Good Omens is my all-time favorite book. Oh, it's a book. That makes sense. So many TV shows are adaptations of books. We're gonna give him beautiful eyelashes because of course we are. This is still very wet. this part, the collar thing. Now, oh my gosh, now the lashes make him look like a JoJo Bizarre Adventure character or something. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Let's just keep going. It's fine. The nose is too long, perhaps? Okay, hold on. I'm going to try and shorten it by adding in more shadowy bits. And, oh yes, also we want to lower this eyebrow, perhaps. We can try putting these opaque markers to the test. Yeah, when you lay them next to each other while they're still wet, it does kind of blend a little bit, which is kind of cool. Oh, wait. Excited for Good Omens 2. You've JoJofied him. Joe, whoops. I would want them to keep a mystery if Abed is still dating that one girl from the final season. The blue and yellow and red look so good on him. Thank you. Good Omens was written by the same author that wrote The Sandman and Coraline, Neil Gaiman. Ah, I see. That makes sense. I'm really impressed by how you do likenesses. I can never make a portrait that looks like the model, and I don't know why. It is tricky. It's definitely tricky. I actually made a YouTube video on my Patreon page on trying to get people's likeness. But it is definitely tricky for sure. This guy is looking like if Edward Cullen and the Adam from Beauty and the Beast had a baby. Which I don't know, is that Louis basically? I don't know. Alas. Oh my god, your comparison is spot on. Oh my god, hi, I'm so late. Ah, looking great as always. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you've joined. Better late than never. We're talking movie shows. We're talking TV shows and movies. Movie shows. That's the quick way of saying it, I suppose. Okay, we're just gonna accept this Edward Cullen, Adam from Beauty and the Beast vibe because unfortunately that's just where we're at. But perhaps I will do a red background to give him a slightly different energy. Is this red gonna be like really aggressive? We're gonna do it. We're gonna try. What erasable color pencils do you use? I use the Prismacolor Kohl Erase. They are my favorite. I apologize if I forgot to link it in the description, but usually I have it linked in the description. I'm on the train from home. He's a vampire and still hot looking. I mean, aren't all vampires meant to be hot looking? I feel like that's the major prerequisite. I literally bought those because of you. Oh, amazing. I hope you like them. Honestly, I always buy like 5 at a time to ensure that I always have them on hand. Oh yeah, the red is like intense. But I'll do like a line art around the face and the hair. So I think that'll help like give some separation. That is intense. But it does at least tie into the jacket on the other side of the spread. Isn't it so funny that the swatches up here are like so pastel? Sometimes my spreads have like a very cohesive look and then sometimes they don't. I think this month might not, even though it was like all Halloween vibes. Alas. Nah, Nosferatu, not so hot. That is true. I like the intensity. Okay, that's good. I have trouble doing male characters in my style because I mostly do female/girly faces. Any tips? Find it hard to translate that. LL does that make sense? Yeah, no, I totally get that. I also used to mostly, well, actually, you know, in high school, I did draw a lot of male characters and then I like sort of phased out and then mostly did female characters or like femme characters. And then now I'm like probably like 60% female, 40% male characters and drawings. I actually made a video last year, I think it was, about providing tips on how I approach male portraits. But I think the major thing for me is like, and this is obviously very broad because there are a million ways to draw a male character. But for me, I think it was like the jawline, like having like a sharp jawline and like just more angular. I think because when we associate like femme features, we usually think of like soft, round, delicate shapes. So with male characters or like someone more masculine looking, I usually aim to have more angles and more angular features. Another like little thing is I find the eyebrows are often kind of lower and like closer to the eyes. I think drawing from references helps improve mostly anything. 100%. I definitely agree. Dracula was suave as hell, but also like had hairy palms. I love that him for love that for him, to be honest. Vampires should be intense. It works. Yes, very true. Am I late? I mean, not entirely. We're probably like halfway through the stream ish. I still have the bottom half to do, so we're still gonna be hanging out. And I'm not hungry yet, so that's key. When I start to get hungry, that's when I start like thinking, okay, maybe I have to end the stream. But I am not hungry yet, so we are good. Oh my gosh, he really looks like the guy from Beauty and the Beast. You know what? I should have drawn him when his hair is just like down and flowy. I feel like that is more heavily associated with his character in the movie, like this vibe, because I feel like we see his character with this hair more often in the movie, right? Oh well, it's too late. It's fine. Oh, I lost my reference photo. Whoops. I mean, I guess we were almost done, but oh shoot. Where did it go? Here. Okay. I'm back, but not for long. Aw. Well, I'm glad that you were able to join a little bit. I draw all my characters femme mask and be sharp jawline. I usually do too. Gotta go. It's nice passing by. Love your drawings. Thanks so much. Your nail color matches the vampire vibes, right? I'm in spooky mode still, even though we're in November now. Currently praying to be motivated to start my uni assignments. We're rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. I do not envy that life. I cannot picture myself going back to school. I think I would have a really hard time with that. Okay, we are lowering the brows a little. And this should be dry, so I should be able to now do some of this line art. Draw Claudia as Belle. Oh my god, that would be really cute. And actually like very appropriate. Are you using the brand of fine liners that are like triangle shaped? I can't remember the brand. They are not. They're very similar to those. I think you're thinking of Stadler, but they are extremely similar. These ones are by Dessert, which is a Canadian art supply store company. But the Stadler ones are definitely like super similar. I think I have the Stedler ones actually, somewhere. But I've been using these Dessert ones pretty often lately. They do kind of struggle to go on top of the paint marker, but the paint markers don't go as fine, so that's why I just bust these out for facial features. But I actually just recently bought a bunch of these bad boys. These are, oops, what are they? Pilot, what are they called again? I forget, sorry. But they have like a slightly flexible nib, which I really enjoy. I I got them from Sugar House Ceramics Co. because I ordered a new palette from them. It's so magical. It's this wavy palette. It's like a handmade ceramic painting palette, Sugar House Ceramics Co. And they have like a spend this much and get free shipping. So that's why I ordered a bunch of these pens to get that free shipping. So I ordered a bunch of them. Ta-da! Pentel sign pens. Yes, that sounds right. Okay, thank you. That sounds right. I really like the stiff but slightly flexible nib. They're more easy. They're easier to control than a lot of brush tip pens. But you can still get like that slight flexibility on them. So I really like them. That palette looks very cool, right? And I have yet to use a palette that's just completely flat like that. So I think that'll help encourage me to mix my paints a little bit more and be less like categorical about them. But I am going to take a quick water break. I'm just going to go fill up my water here. So I will be right back. This can also be your opportunity as an intermission to run to the bathroom or get a snack or something. So I will return in just a moment. That was a siren on my end. It is a loud area. Okay, hello, I am back. Almost 3 a.m. Hope your painting turns out great and wish you will have a great day. Aw, thank you, you too. All right, I am back. Hello, thank you for joining. Do you know ASL? I don't, unfortunately. I basically only know thank you, I think. Also, I just wanted to show off a new thing that I bought recently, which just feels like it really suits the vibe that we have going right now. It is this really cool necklace. Hold on. It has a sword and then these two like teardrop or blood droplet kind of gemstone thingies. Is that a stake? Yeah, a stake, a sword. It is very cool. It's from the Instagram handle is Gen Z Alternative, I believe. I am obsessed. They have earrings like this too. I think the earring is like the dagger and then like the gemstone underneath, which I thought was super, super cool. And I was like very tempted, but I already have sword earrings, like 2 pairs of sword earrings. So anyway, yeah, so highly recommend checking them out if you're into this vibe. Their Instagram is, yeah, Gen Z Alternative, I believe. I've been very into jewelry myself, so it was a fun find. Okay, so he's like practically done here. I guess I just need to do the line art for this his little thingy-majiggy, little scarf moment. And then we'll move on to the bottom half of this spread. Sometimes I like tweak the sketches or tweak the drawings a little bit after I stream, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I should darken his eyes a little bit. Hi, Tina. Sorry I'm late, but the necklace is so cute. Thanks for joining. I have to go, but I'll be back later. Love the necklace, by the way. Glad I finally caught a live stream. Yay, thanks for joining. Have a good day. Oh. Does this make him look... I don't know. I think I just need to leave it for now, and maybe I'll come back to it in a bit. That's a good tip, I suppose, is if you're like kind of stuck on a drawing, or you're like not really sure where to take it next, it's good to just like take a break from it and then come back to it with fresh eyes. I think that helps too sometimes. So I think I will do that. And like another thing is like, yeah, like preventing yourself from overworking it is like just to step back, come back to it later. Watching you made me get back into drawing. Aw, yay, I'm so glad. Thank you. Hey, where is your new gorgeous palette from again? It is from Sugar House Ceramics Co. I think if you type that in, that should pop up their shop and or their Instagram. I read a really cool comic recently, and I was wondering if you have ever heard of it. It's called Mech Cadet U. I have not, actually. Sounds cool, though. Oh my, I'm in love. Who is that? This is Brad Pitt's Louis from Interview with a Vampire. I don't know if I fully did him justice, unfortunately. I was joking that it kind of looks like the love child of Edward Cullen and Adam from Beauty and the Beast. But, you know, we tried. So I am now going to... Okay, actually, no, wait. I think I have an idea. Hold on. This... Okay, was this a mistake? Maybe, but I feel like it gives him more vampire vibes, right? Okay. We're gonna... It also still makes him look like Edward Cullen. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna move on. Okay, hold on. Let's move. Well, he looks hot, so for me, it is very good drawing. Thank you. Okay, next is maybe less exciting, but it is going to be this bouquet of roses that my friend gifted me for my birthday. It was a bouquet of red roses, but then I dried them and they turned out like this. They are this like really beautiful dark burgundy/violet. I'm obsessed. And was perfect for Halloween. So they are now living on my kitchen table. So now we're introducing some pink into the mix because my vase is actually pink. I would love to know what y'all got up to for Halloween. Did you hand out candy? Did you go partying? Did you dress up? Did you just watch spooky movies? The drawing is so pretty. I really want to draw with you, but I'm doing my design assignment. Best of luck on your design assignment. And thank you. I literally didn't do anything. That's fine. That's cool too. Currently sick at home. Think I got it Halloween weekend at a bar. Oh no, that sucks. Aw. I was supposed to go to a party, but I didn't, and then I had to wait to buy the candy I wanted because I couldn't go trick-or-treating. You know what, though? Buying the candy you want exactly on sale in November is kind of amazing. Because from what I remember when I would go trick-or-treating, there would be so many cases where you ended up with a bunch of chocolate that you didn't want or candy that you didn't want. So just like going out and buying it is kind of efficient, but I guess it's not free. Well, my phone is dying and I have to get back to work. If you're still streaming in a couple of hours, I'll see you then. Good luck at work. Have a good day. I think we're going to use this color. I'm not entirely sure why I left that like that. Maybe it'll be a shiny part. I was Princess Peach, a very bad one though. College has me broke. I was on my sewing. I'm studying fashion. Oh, that's amazing. Aw, I love that. Princess Peach is very cute. I mean, the savings were absolutely amazing, but I still miss going around in costumes with friends. Oh, yeah, of course. That is definitely the highlight. Being an adult is nice for that. All the candy you want. Yeah. Took my babies out to trick-or-treat. My daughter was a witch doctor, and my child was Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. So cute. Oh my god, I love that. That's adorable. I went to a friend's Halloween party dressed up as Bride of Darkness type of thing. I had a black veil, and I made myself a spooky flower crown out of dried flowers. Ooh, love that. That's so cool. My friend's B-day is on Halloween, so every year his wife throws a Halloween party. I worked on Halloween day, but when I came home, I met up with my husband and 16-month-old at neighbor's house. Aw, cute. Fun. Also baked spooky cupcakes. Love that. Cupcakes are so fun to decorate, eh? I don't know why I did it like this. I'm just going to fill it in. Actually, maybe let's do like that for some shine. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I just realized that you guys are like cut off a little bit. Let me fix the camera a little bit there. We only dressed her up as a bumblebee. Aw, Bumblebee is cute though. That's perfect. I'm running out of room on my desk. Okay. I went as an angel and trick-or-treated with my friends, but I had heels and I had to go home early because my feet hurt. Aw, that is the struggle, right? Heels. The struggle is real. I feel you. We are now going to be introducing green because of the leaves. I'm realizing this color palette is just all over the place, but it's okay. Split between 3 kids. We used to get a lot of candy, and my dad would just take most of the candy we didn't want to work. Also this year, I just hung out with some friends, and we dressed up. Fun! I refreshed Instagram a couple times that night in anticipation for the Britney Spears crew. Amazing. Yes, I would love to show y'all the photos that I have from my Britney Spears costume, but it's on my phone, and I'm using my phone to film this live stream. So it was very fun. I went as the Baby One More Time Britney, which is what I'm going to be drawing over here. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, so I went out to Cruise and Tangos, which is a drag bar here in Toronto. And a lot of people recognized my costume, which was great because, I'd like to think, it's pretty iconic and I did a good job. But I had one person come up to me and they were like, "Hey, I love your costume." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then they were like, "Can you explain it to me?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, I'm Britney Spears." um, and then he replied, "Oh my God, love it, vintage." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh my God, Britney Spears is considered vintage." But also, it reminded me so much of the scene in Mean Girls when Regina George tells the girl that her skirt is, "Oh my God, cute, it's vintage." So maybe that's what he was doing. I don't know. No, it's so iconic. They should know. And I'm 23. Was he young? I mean, he must have been young, but he was old enough to be in the bar. But then that also makes me realize, like, I have been old enough to be in a bar for a long time. So anyway, that was bananas to me, but also hilarious because it just makes for a funny story. Vintage. Oh my God, the audacity. I know. I'd never felt so called out in my life. Was he dressed as a mean girl? I know. It would have been like extremely meta if he was dressed up as Regina George. But I don't think he was. I'm pretty sure he was like a pirate or something, if I'm remembering correctly. My friends and I also went to a low-key Halloween-themed K-pop party night yesterday. It was called Trick or Beat. Teehee. I came home at like 3 a.m. Oh my God, that's so cute. That sounds so fun. Also, I love that. Love that. Yeah, if you got home at 3 a.m., you must have had a good night. Dressed up as a frog, had a spooky movie night over my friends who had made some homemade pizza pockets in skull shapes for supper. Oh my God, that's so cute. I love that. What did you guys watch? I'd love to know. I watched, on my Halloween movie night, we watched Interview with a Vampire, which is, of course, why I drew him up here. And we also watched Practical Magic. And y'all, I'd never seen that movie before. And what a fever dream that was. What the heck? The movie is wild. First time watching you live. Hi, Tina. You're the most chill YouTuber to listen to while I draw. Aw, welcome. Hello. I'm transgender. I found you through a resource that references different voice types, and my voice is similar to yours. Now I love to watch you draw and paint. Oh my God, really? What? That is so sweet. Aw, that's amazing. And also, that is such a incredible and specific niche resource. Wow, that is amazing. Well, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. I dressed up as a plague doctor. My friend dressed up as Medusa, and my other friend dressed up as Marnette. Medusa, plague doctor, love the Halloween vibes. So good. What is the other markers you are using with the Posca pens? They are Molotow. Molotow. I have the link in the description. They're German, I think. So I don't know if it's pronounced Molotov or Molotow. I don't know. Finally home from the long train ride from Paris. Thanks for keeping me company. Oh, yay. Amazing. Happy to keep you company. How was Paris? Sounds amazing. I watched Hellraiser for the first time. Ah. Practical Magic. Yay. I just finished reading the book series. Totally trippy. I didn't know it was based off a book. Oh, that's really interesting. That would make sense, to be honest, because the movie felt like it was like slow, but too fast in the weirdest way. Like it was just paced so strangely. Like the beginning felt so slow and meandering, and then all of a sudden, like some major events would just transpire so quickly, and I was like, "What is happening?" So it was just very confusing. Like a lot of the character choices and things that happened were like really confusing. So now that makes sense. I feel like they were just having trouble condensing the book into a movie. I haven't made it to a live stream in ages. How have you never seen Practical Magic? I've been binge watching old seasons of Portrait Artist of the Year. You can watch it on here. Happy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. Practical Magic was something that was like on my list for a little bit, and I was like also surprised that I never watched it because just I love me some 90s tastic stuff, but yeah, it was it's really interesting. Old Hollywood vampires were not hot, at least not from what I've seen. Really fun. My first time traveling outside Belgium with my family, brought my sketchbook and did some drawing in Versailles and Musée de d'Orsay. I'm so sorry about my French. I should know better, but that's amazing. I'm so glad. Hey, I came back. Hello, welcome back. I had no idea it was a book series. Thanks for sharing. I will read. Oh my god, I must have spelt it wrong and it autocorrect. I meant my other friend dressed up as a marionette. Ah, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, I don't know what that is, but good for them. A marionette. That is very cool. I love that. Okay, now let's do the roses. I love how chatty the chat is today. So fun. But also means I'm very distracted and not drawing as much. We're just going to draw a bunch of blobs, and then I will draw in some little lines and shapes to mimic the roses. Just to, you know, give enough of the illusion. I think I made my bouquet a little bit taller than my actual bouquet. The bouquet that I have is actually, it sort of fans out more, but that's okay. We get the idea. Your French sounded really funny. I did make a typo though, so partially my fault as well. I dressed up as Troy Bolton from High School Musical. It was a sleigh. Wig was very itchy though. Oh my god. Get your head in the game. I love that. We're all in this together. Go Wildcats. I have to step away for 1 second because of very important business. Hold on. This is the very important business, okay? I have this Troy Bolton doll that my friend Gag gifted me like when I was in high school, I believe, and I dug it out of my mom's basement last summer, and I just couldn't believe. I like completely forgot I owned this thing. Isn't it? Mint condition, never opened. The very important business is the birds. That would have been the other option. This is true. I looked exactly like him. Zero differences. I love these paint pen spreads. Yay, I'm glad. There are 4 books in the series. First came out in the 90s, and the last one came out last year. Wow, that's a really long time. Oh my god, a relic. I know, right? Isn't it so funny? I literally just have him sitting on my like media table next to my TV. And I just love having people come over and slowly just being like, what the heck? Why do you have this? Oh my god, so vintage. You know what is so bananas though? Like, the person telling me that my Britney Spears costume was vintage technically isn't wrong because somebody told me that the early 2000s and later is technically vintage. which just breaks my brain. So I guess he is vintage. Can we? You know what's so funny too? My brain recalls like this had, I think this was second movie Zac Efron. Who is the man in the top right? Reminds me of Interview with a Vampire. It looks so good. Yes, it is actually. It is Brad Pitt, Louis, Interview with a Vampire. Good eye. I'm glad. Isn't vintage 20 years or older? I think that might be right. I'm far too sensitive to hear the word relic in regards to High School Musical. I know. I know. Honestly, I'm not surprised you have it. Oh, I'm crying a little. All right. Oh, funny. Hola, señorita. Hello. Just imagine 300 years later when people find it. Yes, I do hope that my Zac Efron Troy Bolton doll outlives me. Which it will. What early 2000s is vintage? Stop aging me, people. I know. I know. I know. I feel very old when I'm on the internet. But you know what was crazy? So for context, friends, I am 31, which is super old for some people and not old at all to other people. But I go to this bar slash restaurant like pretty often, and it's like a sit down place for food and stuff, but they do serve alcohol. And I ordered a drink and they asked to see my ID. It was crazy. I'm like, what? It was like both flattering and confusing. Cause yeah, I'm the legal drinking age in Canada, or at least Ontario, is 19. So it was pretty funny. Oh my god, this means I'm vintage. Yes, I am very vintage by this logic. I mean, Baby One More Time was released back in 1998. Oh my gosh. High School Musical 2 is hands down the best out of the trilogy. Really? I think I like the first one the best. I do recall though the second one, like Troy Bolton, like Zac Efron's eyes were like radioactive blue. Like the color grading was insane. Like it made his eyes like so piercing. Yes, High School Musical 2 is the best. Oh my god, that's so funny. What is your favorite song? Yes, I love Brad Pitt in that movie, my first love. Yes, good choices. Yes, I thought it was Brad's Louis, so good. However, I was thoroughly obsessed with Antonio Banderas as Armand. Yes, I didn't know he was in that movie because I had just watched Interview with a Vampire for the first time, and I'd obviously heard about Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, and Kirsten Dunst being in it, but I had no idea Antonio Banderas was in it, and he was great. I loved him in it. He was perfect. That's how young I am too. You guys in the chat are breaking my heart. I get asked for ID too once in a while. You have to be 18 here, but we have a challenge 25 thing here, so they'll ask. Yes, that's the way it works here too. The logic is if someone looks 25 or younger, they check. Which happens for me frequently at like the liquor store or the beer store when I'm actually purchasing alcohol, but I very rarely these days get asked when I'm like at a restaurant. So I was just like so surprised. And I guess the funny thing too was my friend that I was with, who I'd argue looks younger than me. She ordered first and didn't get ID'd. So that just made it like really, really funny. I'm 43. I got carded last year, and my friend, who's maybe a year older than me, was confused and actually asked why. I did not let her live it down that I was carded and she wasn't. Oh my god, that's amazing. Also, props. That's awesome. That was probably a great feeling. I don't dance is iconic. Oh yeah, very true. Everyone was like shipping them, right? The baseball scene. Anna, you must be drinking from the fountain of youth. You go, girl. The gay subtext in that song was immaculate, right? And then someone pointed out that after the scene, the number, they switched clothes. Like, pourquoi? Please explain. I still get asked and I'm 45. That's amazing. Amazing. I should just take it as a compliment and accept it. I guess it was just, I don't know. It was just funny. It was amusing. Yeah, I'm from Montreal. I'm 32 and get carded at SAQ. The teller was looking at me so skeptically. It was hilarious. Oh my God. Amazing. Yeah, and the legal age in Montreal is 18. So that's really funny. The crew and cast knew what they were doing. Absolutely. Amazing. Hell yeah. Let's go, 40s crew. Love it. Got any Christmas plans? You know what? I don't actually. Or no, I lied. My friend and I, we go to this holiday market called One of a Kind every year. And it's basically what it sounds like. It's just a giant holiday market with many different vendors, independent vendors. And they have like art, homeware, clothes, food. I like to do my Christmas shopping there because, you know, we like to support small businesses and local businesses. So it's great. And we are totally shameless and eat a lot of food samples when we're there. So that is like the only solid Christmas or holiday plans that I have currently. I definitely will be going back to my hometown to stay with my mom for a few days for Christmas because that's what I normally do. I'm also from Montreal. I'm 27, and my coworkers, when they learn I'm 27, are skeptical and don't believe me. They think I'm 20 or so. They are younger than me usually. Isn't that so funny? Age is such a funny thing. They switch hats. Didn't Kenny Ortega want Ryan to be a gay character, but the corporate mouse wouldn't allow it? That makes a lot of sense because everything about his character definitely read that way. So I guess they just had to do it like on the down low. But I feel like everybody knew. What is it called again? One of a Kind. The holiday market. You've been the best company for my art homework I could have asked for. Thanks. Aw, thank you. I'm glad. I love having all of you as company. It makes it for a very fun arting session. Okay, I think I want to do a little shadow on the vase here, and then we'll move on because it's less exciting. Let's do this color. They're each other's beards. Absolutely. I mean, the fact that Ryan and Kelsey ended up together, come on now, both of them are in the closet. Oh my God. I completely forgot about that. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that ain't right. That's a lie. Yeah, 100% each other's beards. I don't believe that for a second. It's been a very long time since I saw the third one. The third movie. It had such a big budget. It was so weird. I loved those Disney Channel original movies. Camp Rock. Let's go. Actually, when I was in Montreal last... Wait. Was it the last time I was in Montreal? No, I lied. I went to Montreal a couple of times this year, but when I went on a trip to Montreal with my friends, we had done some karaoke, which was so fun. And of all things, my friend picked uh, a High School Musical song, but in French to sing. I was like, what? Why do you know it in French? she's not she's not from Montreal, by the way. She's like from Ontario and like did not go I just like, what is this is so random. I mean, her French is quite good. But I didn't know that she was so proficient to the point where she knew High School Musical in French. So it was so funny. I think she did Breaking Free. It was hilarious. Same. I rewatched Halloween Town recently. Amazing. I still haven't watched Hocus Pocus 2 yet. I'm kind of curious, but also I didn't really hear a lot of people talking about it. Like, did y'all like it? I'm curious. Let me know if you watched Hocus Pocus 2 and if you liked it. I'm French and I don't even know the lyrics from High School Musical in French. Right? Isn't that like the most niche thing ever? What about Disney's TV shows? Hannah Montana basically raised me. Oh, yes. I loved that era of Disney Channel TV shows. Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, That's So Raven, Lizzie McGuire, Sweet Life. Those were like peak, the peak. I watched it. Honestly, it was cute. Worth a watch in my opinion. Okay, perfect. I will watch it soon then. It's fun. Def less cringe than the first, but the choice of music was meh. Okay, interesting. I mean, I love the cringe in the first one. I think mostly just because you know and expect it from what it is. But that's fun. I'm glad that people enjoyed it. It didn't have the same Halloween vibe as the first one, but otherwise was good. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. I wanted to have Halloween vibes, like mad Halloween vibes. Hocus Pocus 2 was a little pointless to me, I guess, for the nostalgia. I mean, we all know that's exactly why Disney did that. That's their whole thing right now, is just cashing in on the nostalgia. I'm 17 and watched everything you did too. Am I too vintage? No, I think you've got good taste. Did you ever make homemade comics? Not really, to be honest. I definitely admire people who make comics. And I'm like too, what's the word? I don't have the same, or I don't have enough of a attention span for comics, I think. I get too impatient and like want to move on. I also am not really like a storyteller, I find. I'm more of like a draw a fun illustration than just like move on. Vintage does not equal bad, no worries. Yes, I agree. When I say cringe, I meant the brother getting caught smooching his pillow by his sister. I enjoy the camp otherwise. Yes. Okay, good call. Yes. Cringe versus camp. That is a good distinction. Yes, I agree. I thought Hocus Pocus 2 was honestly better than the first. The teens are so relatable and have more exciting personalities than the originals, though I did miss Danny, the sassy little sister. Okay, that is good to know. I do think that makes a lot of sense for something being made now versus something that was made in like the early 90s or whenever it was made. Is just creating more depth and interest in their characters. So that is definitely good to know and good that they did that. I appreciate that. But also, yes, Danny was very funny. We love a sassy character. Hocus Pocus 2 was straight disappointed, but the Three Witches came through as always. I mean, that's the key. What are some of your favorite Disney classics? Definitely all of the, like, most of the animated movies from the 90s. Those are, like, my top tier Disney movies. Like The Lion King, Aladdin, Mulan, Hercules. Those are the first ones that are coming to mind that are my favorites. Those are definitely my top tier. I also really love The Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid technically came out in '89, but I would like to classify and stick her in there. Do you sometimes have trouble drawing hands? Oh yeah, for sure. All the time. Drawing hands is still like the bane of my existence, I feel like. I love Mulan. Right? Agreed, agreed. Storytelling is a great tool. I think being an artist is also being a storyteller. That's true. I am storytelling in a different way, I suppose. I feel like companies should start hiring young creative people to create new stories instead of recycling, repackaging old classics. I definitely agree. But can we give a round of applause to the kid versions of the Three Sisters? Oh, okay. I will look out for that. I actually didn't really like the second one as much as the original for obvious reasons, but I felt like I didn't like the new one because the teenagers were on their phones half the time. I mean, that's pretty accurate though, right? To the times. I sound so old. I think Prince Eric was my first cartoon crush. Ooh, yes, he was definitely one of my first. Prince Eric, Tuxedo Mask, Aladdin. I had a type, I suppose. Dark hair. But you know, Disney has to cash in and do a remake for the newer generation. Yes, 100%. 1977, Peter's Dragon is 100% Disney's best movie. Prove me wrong. You're gonna hate me, but I've never seen that movie. That's, wow. I mean, I'm not gonna deny you of that statement, but unfortunately, I can't comment because I've never seen it before. Alice in Wonderland. Oh yeah, Alice in Wonderland is good too. I like that one. I didn't watch it quite as much, but I do enjoy that one as well. Recently, I'm reading a manual called I Tamed the Tyrant and Run Away. Also, are you reading any manuals recently? Because I need recommendations. I haven't been reading as many manuals recently, but I really enjoyed... what was I reading? I was reading a bunch of them on webtoons. So, The Remarried Empress, which is on hiatus right now, or a break or something, which is I'm sad about. Unholy Blood is a really cool one. That one's finished. That one's about vampires, and the art style is very cool. The chibis are so cute. Thank you. They're supposed to be me, because this is me drawing my Halloween costumes from this year. Zuko. We do love Zuko. I'm aging myself, so Zuko definitely would not have been a first because I was like already too old to have when it came out. Well, how old was I when I first watched Avatar? High school? Early preteen years? Good choice though. I love Zuko. Unholy Blood is so good. Yes. Anastasia is underrated. I love it. I love Anastasia. I got to see it on the musical, like the live musical when it came to Toronto. It was so good. Yeah, Anastasia is a Don Bluth movie, right? But I love it. Okay, next is my I was like 12 and Avatar is just so good. Yeah, I think that might be around the age I was as well too. Yes, Avatar is, and like people who are familiar with my channel will have heard me say this like a million times, but Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of my all-time favorite TV shows. I've rewatched it many times. Many times. At the beginning, Zuko was 16. I guess 5'6" height. I googled everything. Amazing. Anastasia's so good. The absolute bangers on that soundtrack. Moi, Chef's Kiss. Yes. Once Upon a December. Journey to the Past. I live. When I'm in the mood to like just belt and like sing really obnoxiously, those are go-tos for sure. Journey to the Past, especially. So good. What colors do you use? A lot. I have the link to the description of the markers I'm using, but I unfortunately don't have like a color list because I have too many. I have like blonde situation happening in my hair these days. I want it to be gray, but I just can't seem to tone it to be gray, so I'm like trying to do that here, but which the blonde did work for Britney. It did make sense. I think that must be roughly what happened. I was more of a Sokka girl, to be honest. Solidarity, friend. Solidarity. Sokka was my favorite. Is my favorite. He is my favorite. I'm with you. I'm with you, friend. The page is turning out so cute, spooky, and balanced. Yay, thank you. Aang forever in my heart. Oh, so wholesome, so sweet. Love that. I think for me, Aang is like almost too wholesome though. But I do appreciate his character. And we do need characters like that, for sure. I rewatched it recently and the nostalgia hit me. Amazing. I was rewatching it a while ago, actually, and then I sort of fell off, but maybe I'll pick it up again. I'm sure Netflix remembers where I left off. Yes, finally an ally. My friend, who also loves Avatar, his favorite character is Katara, which is fair. And I told him that Sokka was my favorite character, and he was like, why? He was like, that's my least favorite character. And I was personally offended. Avatar is just a masterpiece. Agreed. I think I'll rewatch Avatar again the third time this year. Amazing. It's such a comfort show. I'm not a furry, but I'm pretty sure Shadow and Rouge from Sonic the Hedgehog were my first cartoon crushes. Amazing. Also, I feel you because I also one of my early childhood crushes also was the Fox Robin Hood from the Disney movie. So I understand where you're coming from. Have you ever read Hooky? It is a cute book. It's just about two little witch siblings and it's so cute. Oh, I haven't. That sounds adorable though. My bald husband together with the Aang reference hit me hard. Amazing. We're just here to talk about Avatar. Yes. Sorry. Sorry, everyone who doesn't know Avatar. Can you make drawing with 2 pages? Unfortunately, I don't think I have time for both pages, but I do try my best to at least finish the first page. No love for Toph. She is my fave from Avatar. Yes, I love Toph. She's amazing. I rewatched it and then I watched Korra, but was a bit disappointed. Yeah, Korra is not the same, unfortunately. I have not revisited Korra since it came out, and I'm not sure if I will anytime soon. It's not the same. Not the same. It is a rare thing to get an original story to be favored over an existing IP. Capitalism states that nostalgia will always bring in more money. Look at what's happening to Witcher. Yeah, I'm super sad about the recast. Henry Cavill was so good as Geralt. Like, for me, like, I actually have never read or played the games, so I'm not as familiar with the Witcher universe. I just watched the TV show, but I really like Henry Cavill as Geralt was definitely my favorite part of the whole show. So I am bummed about that recast. Tell me you're a K-pop fan without telling. Oh, How do I? Where do you keep your photo cards? Right? I need to draw Zuko, Katara, Azula. Oh my god, actually everyone, because I love them all, but I just take so long to finish One Piece due to school. I feel you. I feel you. So little, so many characters and so little time. I feel you. Wait, they recast The Witcher? Why? There is like some speculation going around. Some people think it's because he is doing Superman again, but I suspect it's because Henry Cavill is a die-hard Witcher fan. He absolutely loves this series and this character. So I'm suspecting that there's like a clash of creative differences. I wonder if what the studio and writers are doing with the character is not aligned with what he wants out of the character. So that is my suspicion. I totally recommend reading it if you haven't. Also, my description wasn't too great. It's about witch twins who missed the bus to magic school and then scrambled to find a mentor. Aww. That reminds me of like that's like vaguely reminding me of Little Witch Academia. It was like a animated TV show on Netflix. I don't know if we remember, but that was very cute. Have you ever tried digital art? And also, I love your live streams. Yeah, I have a few YouTube videos on digital art. It's not my preferred medium of choice, but I definitely have experience using it. Fave rookie girl group this year. So the thing is, I like K-pop a lot, but I'm not as well versed in a lot of groups. My friend made me a gigantic like 15-hour K-pop playlist. So I've been listening to that a lot, but I don't half the time I'm not like paying attention to who I'm listening to because it's like a shuffle. But I will say I'm really digging New Jeans. So I guess that would be my answer. The creative differences suspicion is correct as far as I can tell. He said he'd be on board for 7 seasons as long as they honored the books. Guess went off the rails. Wow, that's such a bummer. I'm really surprised because I feel as though probably like 90, like if not all of the audience of the TV show really loved him as the Witcher, and is probably like the main draw for the TV show. And so you would think that they would try to reach some kind of compromise with him, since he is the lead and probably the main reason why most people are watching it. So it really surprises me that that has happened. So in any case, I will be looking forward to the 3rd season, because that's the final season that he's in. Why you like harder traditional art? Is the texture or what is about, in your opinion, a traditional media artist asking? I find the working with traditional media to be a lot more engaging and satisfying. I really love the tactile feel of like using my own hands and like feeling the paper and mixing my colors when it comes to paint, the textures, the troubleshooting. Like it's just more interesting to me. Whereas I find with digital art, I just lose interest faster. But that isn't to say that one is better than the other, or that I don't like looking at digital art. Like I actually follow and love a lot of digital artists, but just me personally, like the actual making part of it, I find traditional art just so much more rewarding. And I also like having a physical piece at the end. I think that's also like an exciting part of traditional media. Whoops. Oh, everyone, hydration reminder. I have not drank water in a while, I think. I love when someone asks you about traditional versus digital because of the way you sing about traditional. It's how I feel. I'm glad. I'm glad that we can be in solidarity about traditional art. It's really enjoyable watching others create something with their hands as well. Yeah, I think so too. Again, I'm like not trying to knock digital art in any way. It's just me articulating why I prefer traditional art. Oh Lord, I hope they don't do that, because I will not be able to watch that show. They did the same thing with Bridgerton and it's just never been the same. I will say I do like Bridgerton, but I'm again like not someone who read the book, so I'm able to just watch it for what it is. But I can imagine, as someone who is a fan of the books, it's probably frustrating to watch the TV show when it's different. I heard that they're making a Percy Jackson TV show, right? I'm kind of curious about that. I've never actually read the books, but I know people really love that series. And I know that the movies like just did not live up to what people wanted like at all. So very curious about that. I like doing the mythical pinups challenge. Are going to put another challenge soon. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed doing it. Unfortunately, I probably won't be making a challenge like that anytime soon, because I have struggled to keep up with them myself. But I'm very glad that you enjoyed doing it. And I personally will be trying to actually complete it. It's just going to take me a while. This pen is struggling. Hold on. Sorry, friends. I'm scared for the Avatar: Last Airbender adaptation. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm very skeptical of that as well, especially because the creators, like the original creators of Avatar, left the project. So, like, that's not a great sign. I was wondering why the heck this looked so funny, and I realized I didn't give myself ears. I understand now. I was like, why does this look so strange? There you go. Hey, Wonder. I'm a tad bit late, but I'm so glad I finally caught one of your streams. Hello, welcome, join. Welcome, welcome, join. What is English? I'm glad that you're able to join. Any Court of Thorns and Roses fans, Hulu is making a TV show, supposedly. I have not read that, but I've heard a lot about it. I've heard it sounds like it's a very spicy fairy YA novel series, correct? I'm sure that'll be a TV show I'll be intrigued to watch if it comes out. Although I guess I wonder if it's being made for TV, it might not be quite as spicy as I seem to hear. It's also a webtoon by Miriam Bonaster. I'm sorry I'm talking so much about this book, but really good, and I think you might really like it. I'm done talking about this book now. That's okay, I understand. I'm the same way. Like, when I'm really into something, I low-key try to, like, force my friends to be into it too, so that I have someone to enjoy it with, and also I'm, like, you know, trying to give them the gift of joy that I have experienced with the piece of media. So I totally understand. Is this cute or, like, creepy? I can't tell. Maybe I need to, like, make the eyes less wide. There we go. I think that helps. I have to go now. Hope you have a good day. Goodbye. Thanks for joining. Hope you also have a good day. It's sort of spicy. It's got great world building and character development. Ah, yes. Good. A YouTuber made a 2-hour video about A Court of Thorns and Roses, and that's all I know about it. Yeah, my impression of that series, such a long title, is from With Cindy. I don't know if y'all watched With Cindy. I love her. She's so funny. And it's funny because, like, I don't read a lot of books, and yet I still love her anyway, because even though, like, I have not read a lot of the books that she talks about, I just love her personality and hearing her chat about things. So yeah, that's my impression of the series. It reminds me of a YouTube super chat emoji. Oh, yay. Cute. Thank you. Where do you get inspiration for the clothes/outfits in your art? A number of places. Probably from my own closet, from movies and TV shows, from, like, people I see on Instagram, and yeah, just, like, everywhere. On Instagram, I have, like, a folder that I compile I'll save outfits and makeup looks that I'm inspired by there to reference, and then same with Pinterest. Cindy is awesome, but I disagree with her analysis of Akotar respectfully. Ah, okay, fair. That's the thing, right? Everyone has different tastes. And I'm glad that you can respectfully disagree with her. I really enjoy, like, YA novels. Like, I haven't read any in a long time, but I'm sure I would probably enjoy it. Like, I used to love the Mortal Instruments series. And I really enjoyed the Shadow and Bone TV show. I haven't read the books yet. I mean, I'm kind of more interested in reading the other character stories. What are they called again? But I'm so bad with, like, keeping up with reading. Six of Crows. Yes, that's the one. I really liked their story and those characters the most, so I was keen on checking out that book. Do you plan on coming back to Montreal for Comic-Con next year? I wanted to go with my aunt this year, but since we live in Montreal, but unfortunately we couldn't go. Yes, I actually I re-signed my contract or rebooked. Reapplied? Rebooked? Yeah, I rebooked my table for Montreal Comic-Con. So it's like definitely going to happen unless some kind of weird unforeseen situation. So yes, I will definitely be there. Shadow and Bone TV show was better than the books in my opinion. Ah, interesting. Oh my god, I'm back again. I kept getting the time wrong. I still got half an hour. Amazing. Hello, welcome again. We are talking about YA books. Yeah, I really enjoyed Shadow and Bone. I am excited for the next season. I binged that like real fast. My friend who was born in Russia, though, said that she had a hard time with the books because of the kind of inaccuracies, I guess, to like in how they got inspired by Russia. But I guess it's one of those things where it is like a fantasy series, so they took a lot of artistic liberties. I'm gonna take some artistic liberties here and not show my gradient hair on this drawing because I don't think it's necessary. Also, my hair is technically longer than this. I just made it short for the sake of the drawing. Now I'm introducing teal, which is like so unnecessary in this spread, but it is the color of my little jester hat that I made for this costume. Daddy Darkling is amazing. Amazing. Yeah, people love him, eh? The character and the actor. I think part of it probably is the actor. I forget his name right now. But he is a very handsome and alluring man. I will agree with that. For YA, I highly recommend The Lunar Chronicles from Marissa Mayer. Ah. What's the time where you are now? It is just about 4 p.m. Six of Crows is way better than Shadow and Bones. Fair. What are your origins? I am born and raised in Canada. Lunar Chronicles slap. Would second that. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I do wonder with winter coming if I'll be staying home more often, so maybe reading some books will be on the table. Or audiobooks, perhaps. Ben Barnes, yes, that is correct. Oh yeah, the Lunar Chronicles have to be one of my top favorite YAs. Oh wow, high praise. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Hold on. Do I? I forgot I had pulled this out. Just turned around and he was smiling back at me. Oh, let me put it in my bullet journal. That's a better place. I always like write these recommendations you guys give me on like random scraps of paper and then I lose them. So let me write it down on my to-do list side here. Lunar Chronicles. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to spell, apparently. Okay, Lunar. My brain will know. The Chibi Tinas are adorable. Thank you, I'm glad. I despise audiobooks with a burning passion. Really? Wow. I mean, I guess, I don't know, maybe I got lucky. But I will admit that a lot of the audiobooks that I've listened to were like they were like memoirs or autobiographies or something like that, where the person who wrote the book is the one that actually narrates it. So like that to me made a lot of sense. So maybe that's why I haven't had any issues so far. Audiobooks revive my reading passion. That's amazing. That's the thing, right? Is like there's just always so much to do in a day. And audiobooks just really allows people to be able to like do multiple, multitask, right? Because I think that's the issue with a lot of people, including myself, is trying to find time to just sit down and read a book. So yeah, audiobooks is, I think, a great alternative to that, especially, yeah, if you just want to be able to like listen to it while you're cleaning or cooking or something. Personally, I have been rewatching a lot of Gilmore Girls while I do house chores, which I've been enjoying quite a lot. Gilmore Girls is one of my comfort shows for sure. Comics is my thing. The only books I finished. That's fair. Growing up, I used to read a lot of manga, so I understand. Highly recommend any Neil Gaiman audiobook read by Neil Gaiman whilst painting. It is sheer heaven. Oh, true. I have been hearing a lot about Neil Gaiman because of The Sandman coming out. And obviously people just like love Coraline, so. Did you watch Tim Burton movies? And if you do, which one is your favorite? I really enjoy Tim Burton movies. I mean, specifically, I prefer his older stuff. Which is my favorite though? Probably Batman Returns. That's like one of my favorite movies in general, I think. The one with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman and it's got the Penguin in it. Christopher Walken is in it. Danny DeVito. There we go. Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Yeah, but Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman is like peak. The peak for me. Oh, Tina, this is how you can finally get through Dune audiobooks. Oh my God, you're right. Oh my God. Also, amazing memory. Wow. Yeah, I had been gifted the book Dune, like literally 2 years ago or something, and I have never been able to get into it at all. So you are correct. That is actually the one way I would probably be able to get through it. It is a shame though. I guess maybe I need to sell or donate or regift the physical book, just because it seems like such a shame for it to just chill. But the book cover is beautiful, so I'm not mad at having it like on my shelf. Yeah, I miss reading too. During my YA years, I read multiple hours every day. Now I just read a book in one sitting and then nothing for a couple months. Yeah, I think it's fair. Like everyone just goes through different phases, and like what you are up to and where you're at in your life like really changes like your hobbies, right? My next cosplay is to make her Catwoman a childhood dream to be that strong, independent woman. Yes, amazing. I will say, if anyone wants to bypass the costume making process, this UK clothing brand called Disturbia, I saw that they have a top and legging situation that is basically emulating Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. It's like a black latex with the white stitching on it. It looks very cool. So that is an option if you don't want to make it yourself, slash if you just want to look like Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman on the regular, which totally fair because she is incredible and looks so good. Hi, Tina. You inspire me to try to get back into my creative side, so thank you for being awesome. Aw, thank you for letting me know. That's so sweet. That is amazing. I am rooting for you. That's great. Also, I just realized I don't have... There we go. There we go. I really only have the attention span to read manga, comics, and graphic novels. I mean, sometimes I read chapter books like The Girl Who Drank the Moon or The Hunger Games. Yeah, that is true. I do find that comic books, like some kind of visual, manga, that kind of media, I find is what I'm able to, like, what I consume more of these days because it's faster. And I think also I am a very visual person, so it makes sense that that is like the type of media that I gravitate towards. And I do think that I learn a lot by reading that kind of media because I'm able to take inspiration and get inspired by the art styles that I'm seeing as well. But going back to the Tim Burton question, if not Batman Returns, I think maybe my other favorite is Edward Scissorhands. I rewatched that one for the first time in a while last Halloween, and it just, it reminded me. I was like, oh yeah, this is a great movie. But yeah, Batman Returns, that is the fave for sure. Oh, the Disturbia jacket and pants are nice, but I have the costume that I want to modify. I also need to recreate the cowl because the one included is just not it. Make costume. Oh, okay. Perfect. I figured I'd throw the suggestion out there, but I'm glad that you have a game plan. Yeah, the Disturbia stuff. I love the clothes on that site. From that brand, I should say. Very cool pieces. We are almost done for the day. I'm just gonna finish up this little chibi and then we'll be pretty much done. I had so much fun today. This live stream was poppin'. I sometimes feel bad for reading manga so fast because of many pictures and little text. I know, me too. I sometimes feel really bad about that too, just like knowing how long each page took for the creators to do, and I'm like zipping through it and like consuming it so quickly. I really enjoyed The Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh yeah, that's a classic for sure. But I do want to give credit to Henry Selick, who is part of the making of that movie as well. Which reminds me, I really want to watch the Keel and Peele Henry Selick movie. What's it called? Wendell and something. It's like a new stop motion animated film. very excited to check that one out. Is it out yet? It must be out. They probably released it like right before Halloween, and I managed to forget. Wendell and Wild. Yes, that sounds right. I look forward to checking that out soon. The lead character, she looks so cool. She's got these like huge dark green like afro puffs, and the style is really interesting. It's very angular. I'm very keen to check it out. I watched Enola Holmes 2 last night. I loved it. Oh, I didn't know it was out yet. I really enjoyed the first one. So, ooh, maybe I'll watch that tonight. I remember thinking the first one was so fun and charming. So, yes, I think I will likely watch that tonight. I buy the book and then refuse to eat, sleep, or do anything until I finish the book. Amazing. If you haven't already, the show Dragon Prince is good. They just released the new season, so plenty of content. We were actually talking about this earlier. I've seen the first season, I think, like a long time ago, but it oops, sorry guys, my battery is running low. Let me just charge. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't stick out the Dragon Prince. It just didn't like captivate me, I suppose. But maybe I should try again. I saw Wind and Wild the other night and it was really good. The main girl style was so cool, but I will warn you, some parts were very gross. LOL. Ah, okay. Thank you for the warning. I will be prepared. I did know that, like, you know, because Jordan Peele obviously has done a lot of like horror movies lately. So, and I'm not like a horror gal. So I was sort of anticipating that I might maybe not vibe with certain elements. So I just figured, you know, it's an animated, like a stop motion animated thing. So I'll probably be able to handle it better. But that is good to know. Okay, friends, I'm technically not like fully finished with the page, but it's mostly finished. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. As a recap, this is my October monthly spread. First was my vintage finds that I did. I did a lot of vintage shopping. This is an 80s ski jacket that I got. This is Louis, Brad Pitt's Louis from Interview with a Vampire. This was in reference to the bouquet of roses that I received for my birthday, and my birthday celebrations was also a big highlight for me this year. I mean, this October. And then, of course, my Halloween festivities. I dressed up as Britney Spears' Baby One More Time, and I also dressed up as a clown for the BTS dance party that I went to. And that was the month. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I seriously had so much fun in today's live stream. Apologies to people who are watching it after the fact for the relaxing vibes, because I think my excitement and chaos kind of came out a little bit today. But anyway, I'm glad that I was able to keep you company. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing day or evening, wherever you're at. And I will have this live stream saved as usual so that you can watch it back later. and I will be sure to post about the next time I live stream. Thank you, friends. Bye.